Prophecy Chronicles with God's servant Yamkela Joseph. In this broadcast you will receive updates on prophecies which the Lord has spoken through his enabled servant.
Let no further blood be shed in the nation again. There is a huge betrayal that is knocking at the door of the government of Swaziland, where the barrel of a gun will be the only negotiation.
The Swaziland Solidarity Network is accusing King Mswati III of killing renowned human rights lawyer and activist Thulani Maseko. Maseko was shot dead at his home in Loyengo, south of Mbambane, in the Kingdom of Eswatini on Saturday night. He was also the chairperson of the Pro-Democracy Multi-Stakeholder Forum.
Surely the Lord God does nothing without revealing his plan to his servants the prophets. Amos chapter 3 verses 7.
I see a betrayal in the nation of Swaziland that can cause the death even in the royal house. That even the big three might not escape. Pray for the military of Swaziland to be wise and apply wisdom. Things can be set down and negotiated. Let no further blood be shed in the nation again. There is a huge betrayal that is knocking at the door of the government of Swaziland, where the barrel of a gun will be the only negotiation. The Lord is saying to me, those who are seated even in the royal family should not think they would escape this one. The anger of the force that is coming in that nation will not stand. Not even the military will stand. Because even inside of the military there is division already. There is division already. Some are saying we can't continue with this thing. Some are saying that if things are not changing, we will even shoot the one who is sitting as a victory. They say we will not allow this to continue this work. They are angry in the military barracks as I'm talking to you right now. They say, what are we gaining into sustaining this thing? I call upon the nation of Swaziland to bring the people together and gather in order to have a solution that is negotiated. Do not allow death to be the trigger. It can be solved.
The Swaziland Solidarity Network is accusing King Mswati III of killing renowned human rights lawyer and activist Thulani Maseko. Maseko was shot dead at his home in Loyengo, south of Mbambane, in the Kingdom of Eswatini on Saturday night. He was also the chairperson of the Pro-Democracy Multi-Stakeholder Forum. Meanwhile, the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini has expressed condolences to the family of the human rights lawyer. Let's talk a little bit more about this story. We're joined by Zweli Dlamini. He's the editor at Swaziland News. Zweli, thank you for joining us. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Zweli, let's begin by just laying out the facts. What do we know so far about Maseko's shooting on Saturday night?
Thulani Maseko, a prominent human rights lawyer in Eswatini, was assassinated on Saturday evening. And before the assassination, King Mswati, when addressing his regiments at Engabezweni royal residence on the same day, and he had threatened to deal decisively with those who are calling for democratic reforms in Eswatini. In fact, he said there were people whom he said were causing instability in the country, and he made it sure that he will deal with them, and he did not deny the existence of mercenaries in Eswatini, as previously reported.
So at the moment, this is what was said beforehand, but on the night of the incident, I'm reading some reports, and again, these are reports, and they're not. This is not fact. This still is being investigated and needs to be investigated more. But there are allegations out there that police actually escorted assassins that were from the presidency away from the scene of the killing. Do you know more about this? Are these allegations that you have heard of as well?
Yes, of course. In fact, it was our publication that reported this story. Yesterday, we interviewed Thando Kuthula Masego, a sister to the late human rights lawyer Thulani Masego. And of course, we were supposed to speak to his brother, but the family decided that we must speak to the sister to the late human rights lawyer. And she disclosed that there were people who were camping outside Masego's home. And when his brother, or when her brother took a bike to follow what he described as the hitman, the police were camping outside Masego's home, and they refused to join in the chase. So thereafter, one of the men who was camping next to Masego's home then revealed himself as a police officer. And then we asked ourselves why the police were camping next to Masego's home. Yeah. And they were camping next to Masego's home with the equipment waiting to respond to a shooting scene. So there are reasonable suspicion that, of course, police might be involved in this killing, because even if they were told that here is the car that was transporting those who allegedly shoot Masego, they refused to investigate and chase the car.
But there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries, and he has made known to King Nebuchadnezzar what will happen in the latter days. Daniel 2 verses 28. Global One-on-One Encounters with God's servant Yamkela Joseph. Wherever you are now, it is your time to connect in faith. From the 28th of June to the 2nd of July 2022. Book now and be part of Destiny Encounters with a Prophet. To book, email us now info@jesusreigns.tv.com.